Today we are going to take a bunch of formulas and equations and solve them for a specific variable. That's what we did yesterday, that's what you did this morning, and that's what you're doing right now. So my job in this problem number one is to get W, which is that guy all by itself. Now we have to ask ourselves, is W all by itself? No, L is attached and H is attached. Now they're attached, not floating around. How are they attached? Through multiplication, of course. And how do I get rid of something that's attached through multiplication? Children?
You divide it.
You divided. So let's do that. Let's do just that. I'm going to put my big butt line for division. Divide, divide. I'm going to make a cursive L so it doesn't look like an I underneath. Cross U out, cursive L. Regular H, cross U out, regular H. Madison. Mute. You're muted. All right, so I have V over LH. Do V over LH combine? No, because those are all different. So they don't combine because they're all different. Yeah, they're different. Remember my 2 chains joke from yesterday? Still applies today because he is different. So V over LH is just going to be V over LH. W is now all alone on the right side, but ooh, I hate the way that looks. I hate the way that looks because W is on the right and W should be on the left. So let's just take that and make it look like this. V over LH, circle, donezo. Now, so again, you're imagining that this is somebody's house, and inside the house you have our friend. Is there an L name here? There's no L name here. You have your friend Lily, and your friend Walter, and your friend
Hector.
Hector. And Lily, Walter, and Hector are all just hanging out, and their friend Violet is outside. And Walter's like, guys, get out of here. I need some private time. And so Lily and Hector, the only way they can get out is by doing the opposite of being attached to Walter, and that's by going underground. So it all makes sense if you just turn it into a word problem. All
Wow.
right. Yep. Oh, no. Walter. Because you said wow. All right. Maybe I should mute myself. So my job is to solve for H now. So in order to solve for H, I have several things in the way. I have 2.5, which is attached to H, so I'm going to circle that. And I'm going to make a theme today of circling the things that are attached to my variable and squaring the things that are floating around. When I mean the things that are floating around, those are the numbers like plus 15, minus 20, blah, blah, blah. When I mean the things that are attached, literally the things that are attached to my variable. Always get rid of the things that are floating around first. Positive 15 is floating around. How do I get rid of a positive 15 that's floating around, you ask? I'll tell you. Minus 15. Minus 15. Cross out the minus 15. Do the P and the negative 15 combine? No, because one has a variable and the other one doesn't. So I'm going to write out P minus 15 because I have a positive P and a negative 15, positive P minus 15. On the right side, I still have 2.5H. Is H all by itself yet? No. 2.5 is still attached. How do I get rid of something that's attached to H? The opposite, divide. And remember, when you divide from both sides, you divide everything from both sides. Everything! Cross you out. Do the P over 2.5 combine? No, because one's a variable and one's not. 15 divided by 2.5, I think, is something. But I don't know what it is. And I don't have my phone on me. So I'm just going to write it out like that. Don't beat me up. That equals h. Is h all by itself now? Yes. But it's on the wrong side. Good job. It's on the wrong side. So let's flip it. H equals P over 2.5 minus 15 over 2.5. Denzu. Done. Done. Fun. Which rhymes with done? Yeet. Let's do some more, shall we? Let's start out friendly. I'd say that this is a friendly problem. All the directions from here on out are going to be solved for y. All the directions from here on out are going to be solved for y. Is y all by itself? No. What's in the way? I have a positive 3x floating around. It's not attached. It's floating around. How do I get rid of a positive 3x that's floating around? What's the opposite of subtract 3x? Good. Minus 3x minus 3x. So the y comes along for the ride. Do 5 and negative 3x combine? No, because one has a variable and the other one doesn't. I'm going to write out the 3x or the negative 3x first because I always like writing out the ones with my variables first. And since that's positive 5, it's going to be plus 5. Is y all by itself now? I have 3y equals 6x minus 9. Is y all by itself? No. What is in the way? 3. 3 is not floating around. It's attached to y. And it's attached through multiplication. How I get rid of it? How I get rid of it? Chime in, please, whether it's the chat or in person.
Divide.
Hooray! So I'm going to divide everything. Divide everything. Cross out the 3. Y comes down. 6 divided by 3. Let me see. Carry the 1. 2. X comes along for the ride. Minus comes down. 9 divided by 3. 3. Circle it because y is now all by itself. This one and the one before it were a one-stepper. It's a one-stepper because I only had to get rid of 3. Here, I only had to get rid of 3x. Here is a two-stepper because I have to get rid of 2 and I have to get rid of 8. So that's a two-stepper. My favorite type of dance. Ha 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 ha. 2 is attached to y, so I'm going to circle it. Plus 8 is just floating around, so I'm going to square it. And I have to decide which one I get rid of first. Should I get rid of the 2 or should I get rid of the 8 first?
The 8.
Hooray for David. Minus 8, minus 8. Cross out the 8s. Drop down the 2y. Drop down the equal sign. Do 4x and minus 8 combine? No, because one has a variable and the other one doesn't. So I'm going to write out 4x minus 8 because 4x and minus 8 don't combine. Is y all by itself? No. What's in the way? 2, and it's attached to y. So how I get rid of it? How I get rid of it?
Divide.
I'm going to divide everything by 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2, abide by 2. Everything. Cross out the 2. y equals 4 divided by 2 is 2. X comes along for the ride. Minus 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4. And now y is all by itself. Why? Because I said so. By the way, if you're looking at this, and some of you are, and my screen is very small, it's probably because you need to click on my screen and click the little pin. Some of you have wonderful, beautiful, strong eyes where you can see everything that I'm doing, but I have terrible, bad eyes. I literally have an eye disease called keratoconus. And I'm sorry, I got distracted because Benson decided to put in the chat, sorry, I can't answer anything right now because I got to make stuffed shells. Well, forget about it, right? Because of Italian. Okay. Let's do more. Let's do more. More. Again, those of you like Esmeralda and Chelsea and De'Erica and Karen and others, if you want to see this picture bigger, click on me and click on the pin and make it bigger so you can see Alexander and Camillo and others. All right. More is y all by itself. I have a -3 that's attached, and I have a positive 5x that's just floating around. Okay. I am going to always get rid of the guy that's floating around first. The guy that's floating around is positive 5x. And the way I get rid of the guy that's floating around is I subtract 5x. Since that's positive 5x, I have to do the opposite, which is minus 5x, cross u out. Now I'm going to bring down the -3y, bring down the equals. Does -9 and -5x combine? No, because you have a variable and you don't. I'm going to always write out my thing with the x first. So minus 5x first, minus 9. Is y all by itself now? No. -3 is still attached. How do I get rid of the -3 that's still attached? Divide. What shall you divide, you x? Divide everything. Everything by -3. Everything by -3. Oh no, a double negative. Negative divided by negative is a positive first, and 5/3 doesn't simplify. So it's -5 over -3 is positive 5/3. Because a negative divided by a negative is a positive, and 5/3 doesn't simplify. Oh, hello, x. So nice not to see you. And then -9 divided by -3 is positive 3. Am I sure? I'm positive. Remember the Vine where it was the guy looking at the picture and it was the stick figure and the guy had the blanket covered underneath his feet and the guy was like, ha ha ha, I do that. David remembers. Looks like
Wait.
huh? I'm not sure what that was. All right, last problem on this page, and then we have 4 more, and then we done. And then we done. Is y all by itself? I have -5 attached to y. I have -2x floating around. How do I get rid of the -2x that's floating around? The opposite of -2x, of course. Add 2x. Add 2x and cross you out. 16 and 2x. Do they combine? No, because one has a variable and the other one doesn't. I'm going to write it out in the way that I should. I like to put my variable first, positive 2x, positive 16 equals what drops down? Negative 5y. Is y all by itself now? Nope. Negative 5 is being multiplied to y. So how do I get rid of negative 5 that's being multiplied to y?
Divide.
Thank you. Negative 5 from everything. Cross you out. Positive 2 divided by negative 5 is negative. 2 over 5 doesn't simplify. X comes along for the ride. Positive 16 divided by negative 5 is negative. 16 over 5 doesn't simplify. Sorry, everybody. And that equals y. Is y all by itself? Mm-hmm. Oh no, I unplugged my camera.
I'm just gonna tell you this now, but you have to flip the numbers and the letters.
Thank you, David. It should like boot on in 1 second. Yeah, David's right. David is absolutely right. Switch camera. Probably gonna go to my face. No. That's annoying. Oh, I know what I do. There it is. Hey, we're back in business, baby. Yeah, we have to flip the y. So y equals negative 2 over 5x minus 16 over 5. This page, in my opinion, combined easy to medium difficult. Okay, the first couple problems, easy. I would consider this last problem that we just did medium difficult. Okay, these bottom problems were medium difficult. I bet you're just dying to find out what difficult looks like. Here they are. You got it, baby. You got it, dudes. Speaking of Full House, you got it, dude. You got it, man. You got it, my guys. Is y all by itself? No. I have a 4x just floating around, minding its own business over here. And I have a 1/3. Oh, that's different. Attached to y. So the 1/3 is attached to y, and the 4x is floating around. Always get rid of the thing floating around first. Minus 4x, minus 4x. Cross u out. Bring down the 1/3 y equals. Do negative 4x and 9 combine? No, because one has a variable and the other one doesn't. So I'm going to say minus 4x plus 9. Is y all by itself? No. What's in the way? 1/3 is attached to y. Now, I could divide everything by a third. I could divide by a fraction. But I remember a particular verse in the Bible. Instead of dividing a fraction,
multiply the reciprocal.
Hooray! Hooray! What's the reciprocal of 1 over 3? 3 over 1. And 3 over 1 is just 3. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. Cross u out. Drop down the y. Look what I have. Distributive property. It's just on the wrong side. Who cares? 3 times negative 4x is negative 12x. 3 times 9 is 27. Is y all by itself now? So I'm pretty sure that distributive property thing threw some of you off. Don't worry, we're going to do another one. Okay, that was weird. And that's one of those things where if you looked at that and you're like, I have no idea what just happened, then prepare to search on YouTube because you're going to see this permanently on YouTube forever. Like and subscribe and click the bell, which no one does. Look at this guy. What are those? Well, those are more problems. I'm all about vines today. I'm going to sneak in as many Vine references as I can. Oh my gosh, outside I have a bunch of winged animals out there. Look at all those chickens. Right? Remember that one? Remember that one? Okay. Is Y, oh, there's Y. Is Y all by itself? No. I have a 3x floating around. I have nothing attached. Look at that. Life is good. I'm going to get rid of the 3x that's floating around by subtracting 3x from both sides. Look, a familiar friend. Does negative 3x combine with 9 minus 3x? Yes. Not with 9, but negative 3x, I owe somebody 3 xylophones, and then I owe somebody else 3 xylophones, means I owe 6 xylophones. Ah, what a predicament. That's going to equal y. Is y all by itself? Yup, it's just in the wrong direction. Y equals 9 minus 6x. And to be honest, TBH, as the kids say on the gram, TBH, I don't mind if you switch it so that it looks like that. What did I do? I moved the negative 6x in front, and I moved the 9 to the other side. Okay, I'm allowed to do that. And you can't tell me I'm not allowed to do that, Mom. Questions? Oh, Benson's back, and she's chewing bubble gum. How did those stuffed shells come along?
Good, because my mom made them. I just heated them up.
Oh.
Yep.
Did you eat them?
Huh?
Did you eat any?
Yeah, I just ate 2.
Are you stuffed?
Good one.
Oh, thank you. All right, so I have this problem right here. Is y all by itself? No. What's in the way? I have a half that's attached, and move the paper down that much? Is that what you meant? Okay. I have, let me look for your screen. Well, come on, just click on, go to your screen and click on my little block there and click on the pin. I'm watching you. Or hover your mouse over my block and click on the pin and it'll blow up my screen. Hey, better? Don't answer that because then you'll have to minimize. All right. Okay. Is y all by itself? No. I circled 1/2 because 1/2 is attached to y. Negative 9x is just floating around. Which one do I get rid of first? The 1/2 or the negative 9x? The negative 9x because it's floating around. How do I get rid of it? Add 9x. Add 9x. Cross you out. Drop down the 1/2 y equals. Do the 9x and the 12 combine? No, because one has an x and the other one doesn't. So I'm going to put 9x and positive 12. Is y all by itself? No. 1/2 is being multiplied to y. How about I divide everything by 1/2? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Instead of dividing a fraction,
multiply the reciprocal.
Yay, everybody. What's the reciprocal of a half? 2/1. And what's 2/1 actually turn into?
2.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to multiply everything by 2, and that crosses that out, y equals. Now look on the right side. This is where it got new a little bit. On the right side, I have an entire chunk of stuff here multiplied to 2, which means I do distributive property. And don't be all like, oh, but the numbers at the end shouldn't be in the front. No, Who cares? 2 times 9x is 18x. 2 times 12 is 24. Good job, gang, gang. Good job, gang, gang.
No.
Gucci Gang. Remember that song?
Please stop.
Gucci Gang. Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. My name is Little Pump. Oh, he dropped off the planet. My name is Little Pump. Gucci Gang. Is y all by itself? No. I have 6x floating around. I have -5 floating around, and I have 2 attached to y. This is about as hard of a problem as you will see. TBH, TBH. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm gonna keep it a bean, and I'm gonna tell you right now, kids, this is about as hard as they get. I have 2 things floating around, so I'm gonna have to add or subtract whatever I'm supposed to do, and then I have a thing attached. I'm gonna have to divide by 2. Look, I rhymed. Let's get rid of the 6x first. How do I get rid of a positive 6x that's just floating
You
around?
divide.
Silly goose. It's just floating around.
So you minus?
Minus 6x on the left. And, oh, look, a friend. Minus 6x on the right. Does 4x or -8 combine with -6? The 4x does. So drop down the -5. Drop down the plus 2y. 4x minus 6x is -2x. And then -8 comes along for the ride. Are we done? Nope. Is y all by itself? No, I still have -5 floating around. I still have 2 attached. So let's get rid of the other thing that's floating around. What do I do to both sides to get rid of that -5 that's floating around?
You add 5.
Yes. Oh, look, a familiar friend. Does plus 5 combine with -x minus 8? Yup. The 5 combines with the -8 because they are like terms. Not with that one, but these two combine. So I have 2y equals negative.
Bless you?
Nah, kind of. -8 and positive 5 make -3. Oh, please tell me I'm done. No. I still have positive 2 that's attached to y. How do I get rid of it?
Divide.
Yes, divide everything by 2. Everything. So I have y equals -2 divided by positive 2 is -1. X comes along for the ride. -3 divided by positive 2 is negative, and 3 over 2 doesn't simplify, so keep it as 3 over 2. And I don't like that negative in front of the -1 in front of x. So what I'm going to do is and if you don't do this on a quiz or a test, it doesn't matter. But I don't like that. Oh, you can't see. Sorry. I don't like the fact that it's -1x. So I'm just going to change it to -x. Why? Because I'm allowed to, and you can't tell me what to do. Oh my gosh. Did I just drop this paper because it's hot?
No.
Oh boy.